Ladies and gentlemen, we are live. We are live. It's a Wednesday. It's a Wednesday to celebrate. We put Hump Day in the books, and we got some AEW Dynamite here tonight. We are back at it again. We are the Wrasslin for Life Network, and we have all your live streams, folks. It's going to be a fun one tonight. Lots to talk about. The elite are still elite. We got more to get into, more wrestling news, more rumors, more about All In and Dynamite. We're going to talk all about it. We're going to bring you through all the action. So grab your snacks, grab your feel good, put a smile on your face. I'm serious. Make sure you smile. We're going to get into all of it here tonight. Let's go. Ding, ding, ding. Like I said, folks, we are live. We are live. We are live and back at it again. We are the Wrestling for Life Network. I am Mr. Every Night KJ White, the Iron Man of YouTube. Happy to be here with everyone again. I hope everyone out there is having a safe, happy, and healthy week. AEW is just kicking off as I'm speaking. I got the opening credits, and we're going to get into all of it here tonight. It's going to be a fun one, the 200th episode. And like I said, in my little preamble, lots of rumors, lots of news, lots of things to talk about. Of course, the Elite signed a new contract, rumors of RVD being all Elite. And if nothing else, we have the 200th episode to celebrate and talk about tonight. I see a couple people creeping in already. Someone brought up the card for tonight. We will talk about it as we go along and how I feel about it, of course. But get in that chat. Make sure you hit like, subscribe, become a member, be a for lifey. Do not go anywhere. It's going to be a fun one tonight. Big shout out to Big Nick and Luna Havoc. Hope they're doing well. Luna just dropped a top 5 SummerSlams of all time. Go check that out as we open the show with Judas. Oh boy, you know how I'm going to do. But real quick, as the action kicks off, let's say hello to the chat and see how everyone out there is doing. And yeah, so Jericho, Callis, and Takeshita are coming out, and they will be taking on Sammy and Danny. Of course, this ongoing saga with Jericho and Callis, we will see what it all means, see how it plays out over the next little bit here. I still have a funny feeling that our buddy Jericho has a trick up his sleeve, and we'll talk about that more as this match goes along. But Rocco's in the house tonight. How are you doing, Rocco? Can you imagine if the trios match with the Elite and versus TNA sets up the first match for All In, which is Kenny versus Jarrett? I'll stop watching. I might join you in not watching. I can't imagine that being the case. You just re-signed the Elite. And again, whether you love or hate the Elite, they are the backbone of this business. For better or for worse, they are part of the core of who they are. I think one of the Jacksons referred to themselves as the foundation. And we can debate that as we go along because they might be the foundation, but there's pros and cons to that. But here comes Sammy and Danny. But yes, if that's the booking that for Kenny, you got to do better. You got to do better. What do you think of the comments that Triple H called AEW second-tier promotion? Tony Khan responded and said they aren't a second-tier promotion. Damien, we can talk about that during commercial break. Bring that back up with me. Good to see you again. Thank you for being here. By the way, question for the boys. Why is an ROH title being defended on AEW's 200th episode? That's like SummerSlam main event with an Impact World title. It's been an ongoing thing, Rocco, and it's one of my complaints, one of my pet peeves with AEW is having multiple belts come in and out. Not just Ring of Honor, but we've seen, AAA. We've seen New Japan titles. I really do think there needs to be a focus on the titles you have, including your women's title that doesn't get a whole lot of focus. But It is what it is. We'll get back to that. Yes. So Damien's touching on the rumor about Rob Van Dam. Victor's in the house. Robert's in the house. Robert, you must be having a good day today, buddy. Pretty happy about that. Good to see you. Steve G's back with us. How you doing? How you doing? Dun, dun, dun. Mega, how you doing? How you doing? Woo! Ding, ding. And I will take your predictions on this match, by the way. Whoever you got to take it, Jericho, Takeshka, Sammy, Danny. And we're off and running. What's up, Aaron? How you doing, buddy? Welcome back. Who else do we got here? Steve G's in the house. Hello, hello, hello. Louie, back at it again. Good to see you, buddy. Lauren, as always, a pleasure. Thank you for joining us. TJ, the champ, is here. What's good, buddy? How are you doing tonight? Dale OG back in the house. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Alexis, I am ready for anything goes. Triple threat. Yeah, we will see how that plays out. We'll see how this storyline plays out between Moxley, the best friends, and the Lucha Bros. Not quite sure what's brewing here. I don't know. I really don't know what they've got up their sleeves with this one. Go away, Jericho. Now you're just going to get me started. So Jericho down, Sammy and Danny dancing and posing. And here we go. Jericho not happy. But yes, Jericho could probably go away. Like, you watch this match, guys, and I know people don't want to see it. People don't want to hear it. People don't want to talk about it. But Jericho isn't what he used to be. And he consistently puts himself in weird spots where he thinks he's doing phenomenal, and he's not. And we see it time and time again. He's not as quick. He's not as agile. And Danny just humping air like a poodle. How do you guys feel about Danny and his hip thrusts? Sammy winning. All right, TJ. Boston in the house. Good to see you. Jack, Jordan, Bobby. Look at all the names. Roll call's getting long around here, folks. The real Wyatt back with us. Boss Monster is with us. Juggernaut Crush. Got Steve G. Who else we got? Who else we got? Damon. How you doing? Welcome. Dynamite looking good. Now that's interesting because as an AEW fan, on paper, I don't know how good it looks. And I've heard a lot of people say, Wednesdays getting interesting. So I don't know what they have up their sleeve. Hopefully it's a big night. I want it to be a good night, but some of the booking leaves me scratching my head. It really does. And that will tie back into, I'll bring it back up when we talk about secondary company and whether or not they are. I gave my opinion on this last night, but I'll touch on it again as far as Tony's rebuttal. And I'll, offer you guys my 2 cents once we get to commercial break. Jericho, get off my TV. That seems to be a growing sentiment in AEW. Did I miss anyone? Vance is here. Kevin, how you doing? Sure, Big Nick appreciates it. I know I do. So we got JT, Takeshka, JT for the win. They mentioned Cody Rhodes. Yeah, it was really odd that Cody Rhodes came up in the whole thing. So we'll find out. Team Jericho for the win. Dynamite done fell off to Collision. Victor Ivan said hello. Almighty Black Adam's back. I don't know if Dynamite has fallen off, Victor. I just don't know if it's advanced. I mean, 200 episodes in. I put it up on the polls today. How would you grade Dynamite after 200 episodes? Oh, Cal is grabbing Garcia's foot. And big boot by Jericho as he sucks wind. Gilly's in the house. Good to see ya. Broken Table Podcast. Yo, this match is pretty good so far. Not a bad start. I will say that as we go to Pitcher in Pitcher, folks. Remember, folks, go check out Broken Tables right after we go off the air. Go check them out and spend some time giving some love to our friends out there as we continue to grow this wonderful wrestling community. But good to see you. Thank you for popping in. I saw Collision for the first time this week. Pretty awesome. Listen, Collision's got the formula, and they really do. They've found a groove, and they're doing exactly what I think they wanted to do on Wednesdays, but they weren't able to. I think they were hitting resistance. I think some of the core people involved with AEW were getting in the way of trying to accomplish now what they're doing on Collision. If Collision keeps doing what they're doing, they're becoming a destination show where people want to see it. Whether you watch it live, whether you watch it that night, the next day, you don't want to miss it because you want to see what happens. What happens generally has been quality. Week in and week out, we've gotten quality. The only week I thought was a little bit subpar was the weekend they were going into Forbidden Door. I thought that was a little soft. I thought the card itself, but you had to sprinkle in the Jerichos and some of the Forbidden Door stuff, so the episode didn't feel as good. But what FTR is doing, outstanding. CM Punk, Ricky Starks, outstanding. Full marks for what they're accomplishing on Collision. If they could take some of the principles and ideas and put it on Wednesdays, you're cooking. Absolutely cooking. Now, let me see what some of these comments jumped. I don't think they should have resigned Troublemaker, Hangman Page. Big mistake. Listen, I will say this, Steve G. The stories and the rumors that continue to come out, and more will come out, about some of the behavior in the back of AEW, the childishness, the immaturity, the lack of professionalism, the inability to, I only want to work with my friends. I only want to work with certain people. I don't want to go under. I want to have spot matches. I don't want to listen. I have all these veterans around me, and I don't want to learn. Page, Hangman. I don't know if Kenny's as far into that criticism as they are, but at the end of the day, I mean, they are the core of this business, but they got to step their game up. You're going to re-sign them, make a big deal about keeping them in the fold. They got to come up here. They need to be your best talent. They need to draw viewers. And truthfully, the Elite, Kenny, Page, Jericho, they're not drawing shit. They are not bringing in eyes. I know the core audience loves them. The diehards love them. They do anything for them. And that's a big reason why they needed to sign them, is that core base, that 800,000 that tune in religiously no matter what the product is, and that 500,000 that love it no matter what they give us. Well, they would be very disappointed and risk losing them if you lost the Elite. So it's a very important part of their fan base, but now they have to expand past that. The Young Bucks were said to be the best tag team in history, a tag team that you had to see. They're going to go down. Some people truly believe they're one of the best tag teams of all time. And truthfully, in the 200 episodes of Dynamite and the 4 years of AEW, they might not have gotten there. For me, they haven't delivered on that. Super chat. Thank you, Victor. Thank you. The Elite have signed a multi-year contract, and the Dark Order also re-signed. The Dark Order re-signing to me doesn't make a lot of sense. I don't know why, but hey, Tony throwing out money, take it. All the power to it. As Sammy goes flying, down goes Takeshka, and oddly enough, Jericho's baseball bat just sitting in the corner. If anybody was curious, the bat has just been sitting there, hanging out like a tag team partner. Huge frog splash. Jericho back in, breaks up the count. Sammy not happy about it, though. Not quite sure what happened to Danny. Hearing that Jade is leaving AEW. I don't know if she's leaving or just not coming back. That's an interesting one. But listen, I'm telling you, if Jade has any interest in wrestling and they could get their hands on her and put her through WWE developmental and, kind of clean up some of the flaws to her game, she's a star. She's an absolute star. She commands a room. She's got a great attitude. They could do something with Jade, but we'll see. She might just be taking her time, taking a breather. She did it, done it. Wow. Running shooting star. Oh, did he say Spanish Fly? Oh, man. Thank you very much. Oh, no. Big shout out all the time, folks. It's what we do here. We're all about the utopia. The WWE's booking has been trashed. just rinse and repeat every week. How many times are we going to see Judgment Day in the main event with Seth, Sammy, KO? Listen, I'd love to defend this, and I can't. I felt the same way, especially this week. I was like, all right, we're getting another combination of this. Granted, I expect the Judgment Day to be in the main event picture on Raw for quite a while. It's just the last little bit here has been a lot of the same. So I don't disagree with that. Has it all been trash? No, but they seem to be focused on their key storylines and not much else. As Jericho gets a near fall, Team Jericho for the win. We'll get back to that, but good to see you, Joe Black. If I haven't said it yet, EQ in the house. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Love seeing it. What's the deal with Wardlow? That's a wonderful question. It is a very good question. We don't know. We have no idea what's up with Wardlow, where he is, what he's doing. I don't believe he's injured. We've seen the stop and start booking for Wardlow that really took him out. Wow. Big super kick by Sammy on Takeshita. So, yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, I have no idea what they're doing with Wardlow. I would really like to see Wardlow, and that's where I get frustrated as an AEW fan, not seeing guys like Wardlow or Hobbs or the list goes on. But instead, we're getting Vikingo, we're getting Gravity, we're getting Commander, Jericho. Jericho goes for Judas, gets stopped. 2 count on the roll up. Oh, double leg. Not a bad match. Not a bad match, I will admit. I may be one of the I may be one of the core fans, but I don't have to like Jericho. Oh, told you the bat was going to come into play. Callis clubs Sammy. And look, I've been saying this, and Nick and I have debated this. Nick didn't like my thought, but Jericho looking all, I can't believe you did that. Why did you do that? I think he just said, what the fuck, to be honest, on camera. Yeah, no kidding, Vance. 1, 2, 3, over. Todd Callis throws the bat, rolls into the middle of the ring, and Aubrey's like, So Jericho looking all perplexed. And this is the same thing they did last week with AR Fox. And these are those little things that you just want to see change. Like, if AR Fox is going to turn heel, don't have him perplexed. Jericho, I truly think, is going babyface, guys. I think they're going to try and make him uber babyface. That's why he's not happy about what just happened. I do think that there's a ploy here. I do think that this isn't as cut and dry as people think it is. Thanks, guys. Here's Tony. They didn't even announce it, did they? Blink, Tony. He blinked. He blinked. There you go. So we're getting a thank you video. We're walking down memory lane, and there's Cody and Brandy for a blink. We got a half second of Cody and Brandy. Okay. And I'm pretty sure Tony Khan just said, sorry, I got distracted by Mike Tyson and Chris Jericho. So yeah, Tony Khan pitches to a commemorative video of the last 200 episodes of AEW. All right, where's TJ? Let me roll up and catch some of these. Jade versus Rhea. Hold on tight. It's funny to watch this video and all the clips and all the pops and all the big moments in memory of John Huber. -1. Still one of the greatest things ever. I give Tony full marks for that particular night. Shaq and Jade. Blood and Guts. It's funny. It's such a funny company in the sense of there are things where you're like, man, it could be better. BPE, how are you? How are you? Welcome back. But they've had some good shit. I legitimately feel like it's just a matter of getting out of your own way and learning and growing. You treat it like an expansion team. CM Punk got a fucking blink on this video. And I went straight into commercial, folks. So, with all that being said, Steve G, Wrestlers Wasteland Entertainment, I don't think the wrestlers would think that. And with all the money they're making, ooh, I think the other way around, Steve. I think more people look at AEW as kind of like the wasteland of the place where you go to like beat yourself up, or the forgotten ones, or the ones that the mainstream don't really want anymore. You know, kind of like the Hardys, where, you know, they go get a whole bunch of extra money they wouldn't have gotten from the WWE and then get misused or not used at all. So let's be real. Let's be straight. I know we have our allegiances. Yeah, Banana's back. Good to see you, Banana and Grapes. All right, now I'm on commercial. I'm going to try and catch up on some of these comments. I just got WWE 2K23. I choose it over AEW Fight Forever. I feel like I made the right call. It's not even the same. It's apples and oranges. It's too hard to compare. In all due respect, I have Fight Forever. I have 2K. It's night and day. It really is. It's not the same. What else we got? Vance says, KJ, you know the baseball bat will make an appearance. I got that one, and yes, it did. Tony Khan is the first unprofessional one. Tony Khan is the first unprofessional one. Look what he did to Chavo Guerrero. Whether you like him or not, you don't do that. Yeah, I mean, JV, and welcome back, JV. The interesting thing with Tony and his history is that I think he's young, and maybe not in age. I mean, he should be old enough, but mature-wise, he's young. How many times in his life did he have to deal with confrontation or hard, issues, or make big decisions? I mean, when you grow up in the world he grew up in, it's a completely different animal. Even being social, we've seen him be socially awkward at times. I think he's a nice guy. Every report I hear, he's super nice. And I commend him on trying to do what he's doing with AEW. But again, I think where it becomes this like tribal debate of who hates what and who loves what. And at the end of the day, Tony has been accused of some unprofessional practices. And maybe his lack of management skills, his lack of experience. Like I said before, I mean, as far as me and Big Nick go, we have just as much experience running a wrestling company as Tony did prior to starting AEW. He's 4 years in now. We need him to put on his big boy pants, take things to the next level. All In was a huge feather in his cap, but he can't lean on that forever. But right now I got Renee catching up to Jericho because oh, okay. Coke, our buddy Coke, Mac Daddy, demanding a meeting of the Jericho Society or the Appreciation Society next week. I thought it was over. I thought it was done. Why is this still happening? Didn't it die? What's going on? Am I wrong? Is it still here? All right, we'll find out. Here comes Jack Perry again. I guess this is the new thing that Jack Perry comes out every week and talks to Tony Schiavone. Holy shit. Vikingo is back tonight. Yes, he is. Here comes the Beethoven, 1-0, 1-0, 0-1. Did you hear about the latest Vinnie Mac? Brandon, welcome back. And yes, I did, man. It's ongoing circumstances for Vinnie facing a subpoena. They had a warrant that they executed at his residence, and it stems back from the accusations and allegations from a year ago. We'll see. I mean, right now, Vince is on a medical leave. They've said he's completely hands off of WWE for the last, since I think July 21st. So we knew this wasn't just going to go away. It's been quieted down, but that's why I was always surprised that Vinnie Mac came back, that he just didn't stay in the background. I don't care if you're there, just be quiet. And we know too much, right? Where if he's setting up offices at shows and changing scripts, he's going to get himself in hot water. And I think it's still not going to go away. He has some sins to atone for by the looks of it, but we'll see what this grand jury has in store for him. Gallus hit Garcia, not Sammy. Thank you for the correction. I knew he hit somebody. Did it really matter? All right. Here comes Jerry Lynn. Now we're talking ECW. What is everyone's reaction to the fact that RVD is heavily rumored? And Bash, good to see ya on it. Richard, also good to see you. Scott, welcome back. 7-0, going early prediction. Prediction of your predictions. What did you think about my comments by Triple H? Oh, yes, okay. I know I completely missed that, Damien. Hold on tight. I don't run the show around here. Oh, interesting. Uh-oh. Jerry needs help. Uh-oh. Who did he call? Who did he call? Yes, he did. Chance of RVD? No way! No way! Shut the... It... Coming out to walk! It's RVD! No way! Get out here! Is it? It is! Ladies and gentlemen, Rob Van Dam is on Dynamite, walking out to some Pantera, so you kind of had that vibe. I thought that for a second. I thought Tommy for a second. Holy shit! RVD in the house! Ah! There you go. That's what I wanted to hear, right? Like, that would have been perfect. We had to wait. I had to delay a couple seconds of like, okay, is it? So RVD, Jack Perry at All In? The whole fucking show is in the house. And Jack Perry rolling out. Boo earns. Boo earns. Yeah, going old school, Big Nick. Good to see you, buddy. I mean, if you're going to sit out there, you know, there's a room in here. No bodyguard or Anna J yet for Jack Perry. Nope. And that's what he needs. If he had Anna J and a bodyguard, it's even better. But the place is on their feet for Rob Van Dam. RVD looks 6 months pregnant. That's all those munchies, bro. That's all those munchies. Oh, Perry back with a chair. Wow, RVD almost takes his head off. The crowd is going bananas, banana. And Jack Perry just goes and sits in the audience using a small child as a shield. See, everybody said those restrictions and rules from AEW were going to change the show. Nope. Robert, step away from the drugs. Step away from the drugs. I'd be friggin' shocked if that happens. Did TK just make like AEW with RVD? Yes. Louis, nothing wrong with pop fat. There you go, pop fat. A little bit of dad bod. So RVD in the building. The rumors seem to be true. First Sabu, now RVD. Who's next? Sandman? Hey, don't rule it out. Don't rule it out. To be honest, see, the problem with Bully is it's just too many strong opinions from Bully. And a lot of people in AEW are a little too soft for that abrasive attitude. Polar family, good to see you. Luna Havoc's in the house. It's RVD. Holy shit, it's RVD. I want some flames, some thumbs, some happy faces. How do you feel? RVD in the house. I know it's not the RVD we all know and love, but it's fucking RVD, Hall of Famer. Let's go. Woo. Why am I not impressed? Just mad. That's cool. I'm a Van Dam fan. I mean, I get it, Joe. And I mean, it's the tough part of with all this is that, I mean, you know what you're getting. You're getting, not the same man that you would have gotten. Now, RVD versus Jack Perry could be kind of fun. I mean, again, that trying to put over a young guy. We'll see how it works out. Interesting. Really interesting. But it's not like, I think the difference ends up becoming, Joe, is that when you sign somebody that you're like, oh shit, this is a main event guy. This guy is going to, compete and really make a difference here. That gets you, going to the highest degree. But wait a minute, I'll get there. But when it's somebody like an RVD, a legend returning, you know what the purpose is. So maybe a little subdued on the reaction, but nonetheless, it's RVD. RVD. ECW. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. And one of the biggest ECW marks I know. Where did she go? She's there. There you go. Luna's losing her noodle. Well, that's an acquired taste, Scott. And as a channel that covers a lot of GCW, yeah, no, I can't quite go that far with you, but we'll see. But right now, we are getting Penta on his way out with one of my faves, Alex Abrahantes. We got to replay the street fight between the Best Friends and Proud and Powerful. That's a very interesting tell in the sense of lots of rumors surrounding Santana and Ortiz. So it's funny that they would go back to that. But I will take your predictions on this. Anything goes, triple threat. And will Moxley bleed tonight? No DQ, anything goes, which I mean, that's always kind of been the rule of thumb when it came to triple threat, right? No DQ. You can't disqualify anybody. So a little surprised that we put the emphasis on it. Oh boy, Trent. Listen, Scott, here's my thing with Trent. Trent should be a heel and should turn on Best Friends and get away from them. The guy's in great shape. He's a great wrestler. When he shaved his head, I was like, make him a heel. And they've never done it. I think get away from Sue and being dropped off in a minivan. Get to, when we, being a badass, be a man, be a grown-up. I think there's more talent in there. Moxley wins. Penta wins. Penta is rocking his war cloths. There you go. Mox bleeds for sure. Mox for the win. Mox, and yes, he does bleed. Do I go with the crowd and pick Moxley as well? That's a tough one. Even though I hate him, I'll say Mox wins, even though I hate him. Fair enough. And we get a jump start. Trent with a tope. Moxley doesn't even try to sell. The minute he gets hit, he gets up. And he's just like, oh, no. He stumbled a little. But, I mean, he sells nothing. Moxley sells nothing. Nothing! Not a thing! Bully Ray as Jack Perry's mouthpiece. There. I'll take that. That'd be very interesting. The crowd already used up their energy. They peaked already. So if you haven't made a prediction yet, folks, we take a prediction on all the matches, and we will take a rating out of 10 at the end of the night. So stay all the way to the end. Let's see what else I missed. RVD for the win. There you go. Penta Fear 0. Mox winning. There you go. Trent, the best friend in action. Yes, he is. Bobby. Luna joined the stream. Luna, hit me up. Let me know. Let me know. RVD just needs to take one step and RVD just needs to take one step, aim me, the crowd goes wild. And the crowd goes wild. Well, yeah, I mean, I think it's RVD. How would you not? No DQ, anything goes. Got that one. Our 420 all day. Woo! It's funny because I did hear rumors that we got a barbed wire 2x4. Here comes the blood. Dun dun dun. Moxley ducks. Penta puts it down for no reason. Whip into the corner. Backstabber. What are we doing? RVD more over than AEW wrestler. Why is that? It's fucking RVD, BB. Jack Perry's still trying to figure his shit out. I mean, I won't hold that against AEW or Jack Perry. And again, you guys want to talk about secondary and not secondary, and I will get into this. I promise, Damien. But again, to BPE's point here, you bring in RVD. He's a ECW, WWE Hall of Famer, and he's hugely over with your crowd. You bring him in for the pop. Feels like you're going after the primary, the talent that used to be on the primary wrestling show, perhaps. Maybe. Does RVD still wrestle on the indie scene? Not often. He'll make an odd appearance, but not a lot. Almost a Van Daminator. Okay, so now I'm just going to scroll all the way back down, see what's up. Though tough to go against Mox. It really is tough to go against Moxley. And right now, Penta and Alex are setting up tables. And I've said this once, I've said it twice, and I'll say it a million times. 2 tables is dangerous. We've not had things go well when 2 tables are involved. But Penta's setting them up. Barbed wire 2x4. Just hope it doesn't get lit on fire. Oh, Trent's bleeding. If I missed that, we got juice. Moxley in the ring, but Trent bled before Moxley. As he, is the crowd saying EC dub? They were at one point. Wow, barbed wire to Penta's face. Down he goes. Trent up to the top. Action is crazy. One of a kind. Man, that's crazy. Dun, dun, dun. Sorry. Dun, dun, dun. All right, folks, we are back in a commercial. Well, we're actually in picture-in-picture. Moxley and Trent through the tables. Both men down. Penta is being attended to by Alex, and the action continues. As always, never a dull moment here in AEW. What is your comments? Okay, I will touch this while we're in picture-in-picture. I talked about this last night. AEW is the secondary promotion, whether they like it or not. And I said it last night. What are they going to use as their counter argument? All in. And it's right. As the secondary promotion, they shot for the stars, and it looks like Tony's hitting bullseye. I give him full credit and full marks on being successful with Wembley and All In. We haven't got there yet. Now the pressure's on. Whether he announces a match or not, he is on the hook to deliver a good goddamn show. And if you keep booking things that are just friendly for everybody, you might not give us the best show. So we'll see. The pressure is on Tony. But that doesn't negate the fact that you're up against a global giant. You're up against the WWE. Love them or hate them, They are who they are. They're the Yankees. They're the Empire. They're the Dark Lords. They are, you name it. You pick it. You get it. Whatever metaphor you want to use, metaphor, the shout out. It doesn't matter. They are it. And I know Tony made the comment, well, our TV ratings in the UK, yes, a secondary company can have wins in markets because you are trying to build and get to that level. But right now, you're in second place. That's just the way it is. Numbers wise, ratings wise, merch wise, money wise, you are just not a company at the level of that company. You're only 4 years old. Don't take it as an insult. Tony getting defensive and childlike. And if I was in Tony Khan's shoes and they say, hey, did you hear what Triple H said? I would have said, yes. I didn't appreciate the comment very much. However, we're just getting started, and our intent is not to be secondary forever. He's got to defend his side of things. I get that. But just because you're booking all in and you're having this big show doesn't mean when you come domestically that you're only selling 6, 7, 8,000 tickets to an event. You're in arenas that sit 12,000 people and you're only getting about half. That is facts. You're not on the same scale. You're just not, right? It's like you're trying to be RC Cola saying we're not secondary to Pepsi or Coke. You are. You're just not in the game. Like, it's just the way it is. And again, I didn't think it was so much of an insult as to facts. It's like if you looked at the standings and you're like, this team's in first and we're in second. That's the way it is. Analytically, in every way you measure it, they are second at best. Are they going to have some wins that help them climb that ladder? Yes. But that's my take on it. It wasn't an insult. I don't know why Cody Rhodes got roped into it. I have no idea. It was really weird. But again, I think there's a different level of professionalism and maturity between the two companies for obvious reasons. When you realize these items in one ring, props. When you realize these items in the ring are props. Oh, no shit. I agree, Mega. But Trent freaking leaking first. Yeah, I don't know why I read that as freaking leaking. But yeah, Victor, definitely bleeding. As Trent and Penta are up, it looks like we're going to get a look at Moxley right now, guys. You want to talk about how great Moxley is as a wrestler? Look at him. As we get a Canadian Destroyer, Trent is taking a beating tonight. Oh, there he goes. Now Penta threw a table off the body check. No need for furniture. Hey, I mean, they made it clear what this match was going to be, right? They went out of their way to say not only is it going to be a triple threat with no DQ, it's going to be carnage. And that's what we're getting. Moxley loves the carnage. And that's one of the things in the 200 episodes of Dynamite is they've been chaos. Bad or good, love them or hate them, they've been chaos. A lot of nights, it's all over the fucking place, for better or for worse. And here come the thumbtacks, or I'm assuming it's thumbtacks. Maybe it's glass. I don't know. Maybe it's hypodermic needles. Nope, it's going to be thumbtacks. There we go. Why not? Right? We're not even into the first hour. Let's get some thumbtacks. Let's make this exciting. Dun, dun, dun. One, two. We got two. Mox gets way too gassed to walk through the crowd during his entrance. How many more times will he sit in the corner before the match ends? Oh, Penta into the tax. And no sell Moxley just staring him down. Cutter into the tax. Yeah, here we go. Moxley dismantling the crowd. Yankees 5-2 over the White Sox. Yeah, the White Sox suck. Trent with the pin on the thumbtacks. Penta with the garbage can. Again, not a bad match, guys. If you're into this type of thing, it's not bad. I think this has been a fun match. Yeah. But it's weird in the middle of a Wednesday night. Why is this not the main event? At minimum. At minimum. Oh my God. Chef's back. Good to see you, buddy. There you go. That's a good choice. Remember, the wrestling might suck. We never do, guys. But again, the 5,000 fans or the 7,000 fans in attendance love this. The hardcore, diehard fans love this. Growing your audience and getting bigger might not help. Might not do what you want it to do. Destroyer was wicked. Absolutely. Thumbtacks, yes. You think Mox is the face of the men's division? Polar. Where did Polar say? Sheeta is the face of the women's division, while Mox is the men's. Sheeta can't be the face of the women's division, Polar. I'm sorry. They just don't use her. Like, she's not around enough. Super kick to Trent. Mox of the men's, yeah, I think he is the face of the men's division. Him or Orange Cassidy. As far as usage, as far as being marquee, Jericho's in that mix because they use him in main event spots a lot. But I would argue it's been Moxley. Listen, I have a lot of criticisms about Moxley, but nobody's been more consistently involved than Mox. Paradigm shift into the thumbtacks. Drop kick by Trent. Does he steal it? Yes, he does. Who had Trent Beretta on their bingo card tonight? Who cares who's first, second? I just say enjoy the wrestling. Victor. That's how we built this channel, my friend. I don't care who's first. I don't care who's second. We watch GCW. We watch XPW. We've watched shows in hangars and schools and gyms. And then we watch the big stuff too. If you're a fan of wrestling, hate watching. Oh, wait. Mox grabbing Trent. And here comes the rest of BCC. But yeah, I agree. That's how we got here, Victor, is we watch it all because we just want to be fans. There's people out there, NXT shit or Impact shit. Why do you even watch that? How do you have that opinion if you don't tune in? At least if I give you my opinion, I can say it's relatively educated. And Big Nick and I talk about that all the damn time. True, Victor. Agree, Victor Nash. Yeah, that's why we're here, folks. I love it. I love that attitude. And that's what we'll always be here. So keep it coming. There's 3 matches rumored for All In. Jack Perry versus Rob Van Dam. Double J versus Grado. And Young Bucks. That's not for real, is it, Damien? Well, we're still fighting, by the way. Orange Cassidy's here with Chuck. So this triple threat now has turned into a melee. Chuck with the Sabu as Claudio rolls out. Young Bucks and FTR. Orange punch to Moxley, who kind of sells it. No, I'm good. He takes the super punch and walks it off. Friday night on Rampage. We're getting a parking lot brawl at Daly's place on Rampage between the best friends and the BCC. All right. Everyone else following along with this? Oh, my God. 0-2. Not me. Yeah, Trent doing work tonight. Yeah, Trent earned the W tonight, guys. Trent took a beating tonight. He earned his stripes. Mox didn't bleed. I'm shocked. Yeah, I'm shocked, too. He didn't sell either. But now we're getting a replay of Collision. As much as I can't stand OC, I think OC is the face of the men's division right now. You could also throw Darby Allin in the mix. Yeah, and I mean, I don't want to leave out the fact that MJF is probably the face of the entire company, and I did kind of overlook him when I first answered this But let's be real. As far as getting over, as far as doing something that matters, as far as being relevant, I don't think there's been anybody like MJF in this company at all. So yeah, I mean, again, the face of Dynamite might be Moxley at this point. The face of the company ends up being MJF for me. And again, love him or hate him, OC, yeah, is kind of one of those mainstays, one of those faces. Like, why wasn't, I guess his age stopped him from being a pillar, maybe, but he's getting treated like a pillar, better than some of them. This match is freaking a lot. Yeah, I agree. Oh, it's lit. Is lit. There you go. There you go. During the pandemic, Mock carried AEW on his back. It's true. No, you lost MJF. You didn't have Punk. You're not wrong at all, Victor. I mean, like I said, I give Mox credit. It's just, I remember sitting live, and there used to be a fella named Chris that would do this with me, and he was a really big Moxley fan, and I'm just not. And I had the same question back then 2 years ago. Has Moxley's shtick, his gimmick, his routine gotten stale? Is it tiresome to see the same shit week in and week out from this guy? And 2 years later, I'm still asking the same question, and he's still doing the same shit. Victor says we'll hear from MJF up next. Yes, we will. Yes, we will. Yes, we will. Yes, we will. MJF is the best. Hard to argue. Mox, the face of AEW, period, hands down. Artist. I don't know. That's an interesting debate. That is a very interesting debate. And I see why you would make that claim. It's kind of been a workhorse. Again, you might not like his matches, but he's running those races. He's been a workhorse for this company. This show is pure fire. Now, very entertaining. Yeah, a chaotic start. Chaotic start for sure. KJ, your thoughts on the rumors that it was Jeff Jarrett who put MJF and Cole together? It wouldn't surprise me. Jeff Jarrett has a wrestling mind. Jeff Jarrett's been around wrestling longer than I've been alive. Jeff Jarrett's been has it in his blood. Jeff Jarrett should understand wrestling. He does. Jeff Jarrett should not be on my TV screen. Let him go stay in the back and come up with shit like this. If that's true, great. Kudos. Great job, Jeff. Perfect. Don't wrestle. Don't be on my fucking screen. Don't be at All In. Don't waste my time. Just go back to producing. And we got the whole damn show with Renee Paquette. I'll get back to that. Keep it coming, folks. I love it. Keep the chat up. And we are rolling through. We're just coming up on the first hour. That first hour flew. So he wants to be the FTW champion. Wait. Wait. Next week? Next week? RVD is high as fuck. Let's be real. And I don't fault him for it. So Jack Perry, RVD next week for the FTW Championship. Not that that means a whole lot, but it's Rob. Yeah, Rob. Welcome, Quagmire, giggity. RVD and New. Yeah, let's go. And I think it's genius. Let him win it. Let him win it. It's more noteworthy, more click-worthy than Jack Perry. Jack Perry can win it back at All In. But let him win it. Let RVD walk around with Taz's FTW belt. Oh, come on now. Do it. Now I'm curious. Will the match be any good? That's the curious part. Three first hour was great. And my so happy the Elite resigned AEW's direction. I'm thrilled that they signed the Elite, but the Elite have to get out of the way and make sure they're not hindering this company. And you're seeing the big difference between Wednesdays and Saturdays. Period. Big chance for MJF. We got some devil worshippers in the house. Where's the world's biggest devil worshiper? Is the scarf still in the chat? Where are you, buddy? Giggity. All Mox does is grind and take no days off. You're not wrong. You're not wrong. That's the thing about Mox. He has been a workhorse. I cannot take that away from him. I just don't like what he's doing a lot of days. Mox is the crimson. Yeah, perfect, Louis. The crimson mask of AEW. Oh, you just made my stomach curl. Oh. Mox is better solo, not in a group. I would agree with that. So MJF has rejection sensitive disorder. Very interesting. John, how you doing? Welcome, welcome, welcome. Thank you for being here tonight. Mox is the MVP when people are injured. Yeah, I mean, Mox showed out time and time again. I think what hinders my praise of Mox is just, again, it's a lot of the same, the no selling, the sloppiness, but I can't take it away. He shows up, shows out, guys. KJ doing the same shtick. I give you Roman Reigns. Not at all. Not at all. Steve G, I will give you a wrong answer. If Roman Reigns was giving us the exact same shtick he was 4 years ago, we wouldn't be talking about Roman Reigns. We wouldn't be talking about the bloodline. We wouldn't be talking about any of this shit. So to say that's the same is so wrong. I'll be nice, but it is completely wrong. It was the change in Roman. It was the new Roman. It was the evolution of Roman. Roman couldn't keep being the big dog. It was killing him. It was killing the company because they kept pushing him. When he found Heyman, when him and Heyman started working together and he became the tribal chief, turned it up. Now we got a historic championship run. That is beautiful. That works. That is growth. Moxley, no Heyman, no shift, no change. He's just still the same dude. Same dude from day one to day 200. That's the way it is. MJF is on. Yes, he is. So now he's saying, this is interesting. MJF telling the fans he became a scumbag. Easy for me to say. Bubba Ray versus JJP at Wembley. I don't know. I don't know about that. I don't know. MJF is here now. Yes, he is. Can't believe Sammy lost to Dom. Okay. I almost wish that Nick was here just for this one. So he's saying my disorder about not being, I don't want to be rejected. So it made me, wow. I don't know how I feel totally about this. He's giving us the Macaulay Culkin. I'm not scared anymore. I'm not scared anymore. You hear me? So MJF basically saying I was afraid to be rejected, so it made me a prick, and now I'm not afraid anymore, so I'm going to be nice. Yeah. I don't know. Is this the right direction? The fans like it, at least the ones in attendance. He's getting a nice cheer. He's Max. You got sympathy for the devil. Oh, he's still a scumbag. Hook is still fishing. Yeah, I don't know where Hook went. Hook got on a subway and we never saw him again. You forgot DVD. What I miss? If RVD isn't the all-in match, Jack Perry does Jack Perry miss all in? Perhaps he doesn't have to be on it. He's not particularly. And we're getting a "he's a scumbag" chant. Matt Menard calling a Jericho Appreciation Society meeting next week. Yes, Damien. Mandatory meeting. And Jericho was told to be there. Call me a ambulance. Quick, Dave, pull up your pants. We need an ambulance. So this is where I feel like they're setting up MJF getting screwed here, right? Show you my heart. So then it's MJF is definitely a face. This is deep. It's going deep, EQ. But what do you like better? Do you like soft, fluffy MJF who says to the fans, I just didn't want to get rejected. I wanted you guys to love me. And now I can be that guy. Or do you like him better as fuck you, fuck this, fuck everything. I don't like any of you. I'm better than all of you. What do you need from me? We have ADD, ADHD, PTSD, DVD. Oh, TVD. Do I hear dyslexia? Ding. All on the survey. This is deep. I got that one. TLD, welcome back. And here comes Adam Cole, baby. The greatest trick the devil ever pulled. He will always be a heel. I hope so. Now, here's the funny thing, though. I don't love the idea that if MJF turns back on Cole, that to me it looks stupid because he's done it before, so Cole should have known better. That's why I think something else is going to happen here, and it feels like they're really building up like the soft MJF, and then he's going to get his heart broken. Oh, they're giving some love to each other now. You impress me every day. I want to hug you every day. I love you, bro. You're the man, bro. All right. 70 likes on the stream, by the way, folks. Let's get it to 100 here tonight. As I thank everyone for tuning in. First hour has flown by. Hope it's gone fast for you as well. You are not alone. 2024 can't get here soon enough. He sound like Roxanne Perez. A little bit. 2024 is going to be a very interesting year, not just because of MJF. Max, you were becoming the man you meant to be. We got some tears. I'm going to cry. Were you guys going to cry? We'll all cry together. It's getting emotional. It's getting deep, folks. They adore you. One second. Any you cut and dry it. Roman has always been shoved. No, you're wrong. That's completely inaccurate. That is something people are holding on to, and that is a past opinion. Steve, at the end of the day, that is not accurate at all. He is completely changed and he's completely different. And anybody that just wants to keep beating shit from 4 years ago, 5 years ago, 6 years ago, yeah, he sucked. I remember pay-per-views sitting around with my friends going, shit, I can't believe the show ended like that. Shit, I can't believe Roman got shoved down our throat again. Shit, this guy's garbage. Then he went away. Then he came back. And now we got this. And if you guys don't see how significant the bloodline has been to wrestling over the last couple of years, again, you're never going to change your mind. It's just going to hold on to it. It's some people you just can't convince otherwise. But to me, it is a narrow-minded view of the situation. The greatest trick. Got that one. Got that one. MJF is great. He's our scumbag. Well, there you go. Wait, the scumbag t-shirts will be coming soon. Adam Cole, baby. So Adam Cole getting a shot at the Triple B. I do like Cole. He should be plotting to screw Britt behind his back. He should be plotting to screw Britt behind his back. That's where this story would go. Wow. MJF says Cole does not deserve a match. Interesting. Austin acted like a heel, but he was a baby face. Oh, Austin was just Austin, and it went either way. And there was times where he was a baby face. There was times where he was actually a heel. Keep in mind, remember, he shook hands with Vince McMahon in one of the worst decisions in. Oh, MJF has the contract. The main event of All In. MJF, Adam Cole, the main event at Wembley. MJF is smoking with RVD. Yeah, apparently. Here it comes. Uh-oh, I don't know if that's really his best friend. Let me tell you about my best friend. Adam Cole signing the contract. Some of the signs in the crowd are great. Kevin, how you doing? I feel like it's been a minute, but can you see WWE call Bruce Buffett or Michael Buffer for Ronda Shayna? That would be interesting. If you're going to do an MMA style fight, you don't have to call very far. You're connected to that world. I'm sure Mike is kicking around, and we get a big hug as we are going to get MJF, Adam Cole at All In. This is just dumb. It wasn't my favorite segment. Dumb, no, but it's interesting. Because now Adam Cole's just getting a match because they're friends. I don't know. How do you guys feel about it? Let me know in this chat. How you feeling about how this just transpired? But the two best friends are going to be at All In. So for those who wanted nothing but surprises for All In, we're starting to get some stuff. And Roddy Strong, still with a neck brace, is losing his fucking noodle. Roddy losing his mind. When Cole accepts, it's got to lead to some type of dissension, except the Kingdom are here. Interesting. The Kingdom goes up to Roddy and lets him know that Cole has forgotten about his real friends. What's with the audio? Mine, I don't know. Where is Victor? Adam Cole, baby. In my opinion, it's too early to call. Absolutely. Anybody want to make a prediction on Adam Cole and MJF at All In? Anybody? The Bloodline gets the best ratings. It does. It is undeniable, guys. It really is. And I know people just want to hate it because it's Roman, but you got to go with it. I mean, you know what? Sometimes you hate a band and then they figure it out and come out with an album that's fucking banging. And you kind of got to go with it. But some people never will. Oh, that's so-and-so. They suck. I don't give a fuck what band it is or what artist it is. I don't give a shit. If Britney comes out with a banger tomorrow, I'll be bobbing to it just like everything else. I don't want to hear shit from anybody in that regard. Try to open your mind. Try not to hold on to those past preconceptions. Yes, there was a time that Roman was shoved down our throat and it fucking sucked. Now he's a part-timer to most, so it's hard to shove somebody down your throat when he doesn't appear very often. So do we want more of them or less of them? You can't really figure it out. I don't know. Roman storyline, easy money. Cha-ching. Listen, WWE is having a record 2023. So, yes, Tony's very happy about All In. We are all very happy about All In. But WCW, WWE is clicking. It's clicking in 2023. And here are the elites. When Cole accepts its curtains, got that one. KJ, check out my previous comment about All In predictions from Bleacher Report. Victor, put it back in the chat. There's way too much shit here. And here comes Double J and Satnam and Karen and Sanjay and Jay Lethal. And here comes a migraine in my brain. I don't understand why this is happening. And these are those moments, guys, where it's like, okay, we re-sign the elite. Big day. Let's get them in something cool. Get them in a storyline. Get something that we're excited about with the Bucks and Kenny. When Kenny's in angles that are interesting, Kenny's awesome. Kenny's outstanding. But what have the Bucks done? What are we doing? You really think that you really think the elite versus this ragtag group of TNAers are going to move the needle? That people aren't going to go take a piss during this match? No offense. They are the foundation of the company. Not wrong. But is this really going to move the needle? You know? Remember when Stone Cold and The Rock teamed up to take on Kai and Tai? Nope. MJF versus Cole at All In. MJF versus Cole at All In. I want to know how you guys feel about it. Roman is a storyline. I don't know what that means, but it's provocative. The elite are here. Yes, they are. Yes, they are. Roderick is really pissed. He's super fucking pissed. He's not having a good day. Very interesting that they just slid in the Kingdom. We haven't seen much of Taven outside of Taven and Kanellis outside of, Ring of Honor, but here they are. So I don't know why. We'll see how that plays out. But we got Jarrett with the eye poke, and here comes Lethal, arm drag by Omega. And I truly feel this, folks, and you guys can be mad at me all you want for me saying it, but I really feel like Kenny Omega, if he separated himself from the Young Bucks and did some other shit, he could be the guy that we all believe he is. Boom. Thank you, Kevin. We love it. We love it. We love it. And this channel is only as good as you people out there for showing up and making it fun. So we appreciate everybody out there coming off the best month in our channel ever. And it just keeps getting better. Double team. The Bucks are in, by the way. Yes, we got a match for Wembley. We got one. We got one. We got one. And I mean, it's a good one. Adam Cole and MJF have already proven they're going to burn the house down. And they already proven that they can. But right now, Matt calls out Satnam, goes for the tag, and his brother and Kenny are like, oh, you're on your own. But then he tags Nick. Oh, okay. See, this is where it's like, fuck. Couldn't the Young Bucks be in there with somebody exciting? Not Satnam. Satnam cross bodies both men. Lethal takes out Kenny. I think Adam Cole will be the one to turn heel. Will be the Swerve. Justin, welcome back. And I completely agree with you, sir. I think that's how it goes. I think that I've said from day one, I feel like MJF turning is too obvious. Been there, done that, doing it again. What are the odds we possibly get Kenny versus Ospreay round 3 at London? If I was booking the show, that would have been of the utmost priority, Vance. I would have made sure that I could get that in because we know it's going to fucking bang. I mean, if you have MJF, Adam Cole, you have Ospreay and Kenny, you have the Bucks taking on FTR. You find something for Punk to do. Now this card that has already sold almost 80,000 tickets without a single match is starting to take shape, is starting to look good. And I truly believe that Tony has a couple tricks up his sleeve. I think Tony's holding back because he wants to see how many ticket sales he can get without announcing some major things. I do expect more surprises for All In, but I think Tony at this point wants to be able to say we sold 80,000 tickets without announcing a name. Now, if he announces something crazy like a Goldberg, the haters are going to say, well, of course you booked those guys, but you did it without doing that prior. So I think there's more to come. And there obviously has to be more card. We know we're going to get somewhere in the neighborhood of probably 15 matches, including pre-show. So we got a lot to figure out in a few weeks. I got Jeff Jarrett. Not. Yeah, the Elite win this one, I would imagine. This is my bathroom break. We are on Pitcher and Pitcher right now as I believe it's one of the Jacksons and Lethal going back and forth. Karen Jarrett, a smoke show. I still can't believe Taylor Swift babysat his kids. There you go. Fun fact. I love the Elite. They are EVPs. They're in charge. I love how AEW is going. Listen, I don't fault you. I'm glad you like them. I really think, for me, the Young Bucks have been underwhelming as AEW talent. I think they've put on some good spot matches. They're all about the fun stuff. I get it. They haven't been in a whole lot of shit to remember, though, and a whole lot of story to remember, stuff to kind of dig into. Not with the Young Bucks, unfortunately. And again, I'm all for them being EVPs, but I think it's terrible for AEW. I think it's holding AEW up. And I think we've run into situations that have proven that. I mean, the issues with the Elite and Punk hurts business. The issues with FTR and the Elite hurts business. When you have that core group that seems to not want other people to get over, instead of them challenging themselves to get better, to improve, to evolve, they want to hold other people back. And that doesn't work for company. If you're going to run that company, you got to push. I thought when Jarrett lost, was I not crazy that he was not supposed to be on TV anymore? That was said, right, Steve G? I do agree with you completely on this. And I hoped for it. Kenny in the ring, couple Polish hammers. Pause. Superplex off top rope. That's clearly I'm behind. Cole turns on MJF with the Kingdom's help. I don't know. Satnam's got Kenny by the throat. And the Bucks pull him off the apron. Knees up on the moonsault, though. And here we go. The ref just standing in the ring looking like a pylon. Heel MJF with promos going into All In is the way to go. Not face MJF. It's the biggest event in AEW. Rocco, if I had to vote, that would be my vote. I think a heel, brash, tell everyone, including Tony Khan, where they can go and stick it and how they could do it is best for business. But I'm not in charge. Right now, everybody kicking the Giant in the head, so he's a pretty inept Giant, I will say that. The Bucks over the top on Jarrett and Lethal. The crowd's into it. They're cheering. Karen up on the apron. No way. Oh, Sanjay. Kenny was trying to get Satnam up for the... That would have been cool. Bleacher Report predictions for All In. Cole versus MJF. Sammy versus Jericho. Meh. That's a Dynamite match at best. Punk versus Jay White. Beautiful. Omega versus Takeshita. That will... Oh, here come the Hardys. So, yeah, we got TNA in the house. Twist of Fate. Sanjay down and out. So the ref's still distracted. We got a guitar. Oh, my. Here's Paige. Buckshot. Let's overbook the shit out of this. Let's go. Yeah, the Elite for the win for sure. Scott, thank you so much for the super chat. The real question is, does Kenny want to be the guy? I don't know. I don't know. And it's over. Big win by the Elite. Crowd on their feet. Good energy. A little overbooked, but good energy. Satnam, big as fuck. Useless. Just as useless as he is big. He is completely useless to this company. And with the help of the Hardys, the Elite pick up a win. And how fitting on the day it gets reported that the Elite have re-signed. Here they are in the ring. Wait, about that video package, as far as the 200th episode of Dynamite, what was more surprising? The half a second of Cody and Brandy, or the half a second of Punk? Paige got a mic. I got Kenny Punk. That'd be nice. I'd be okay with that. So Adam Page letting the world know that they have re-signed, if you didn't know. Sting and RVD. Ooh, I don't think that would be pretty. I think that would be mashed potato. They tired up. This would be the ending match. I don't know. I don't know. What? Keyshawn, welcome back, but don't say stuff like that. Okay. Double J is boring as hell. Satnam is not very good in the ring. I feel bad for Jay Lethal. I love Jay Lethal, guys. And listen, Jeff Jarrett getting put in the occasional something is not terrible. The guy knows how to wrestle. The guy knows how to get young guys over. The guy knows how to do the job. But taking up TV time in a company where the owner consistently explains he doesn't have enough TV time for all his talent is counterintuitive. Now we got Swerve, AR Fox, and Nana. Has anybody had more affiliates and friends than Swerve ever in wrestling? I thought Punk and Starks was Wembley. Not necessarily. We're getting that next week. So unless it continues, we don't know yet. So AR Fox basically saying Darby didn't give a shit about me until he saw me at AEW, and that's why I hate him. So okay. All right, now we got a movie. All right. So AR Fox and Swerve I believe, are at Nick Wayne's house, guys. How many people have gone from AEW back to WWE? I know Cody, but has anyone else jumped? Not yet. James, welcome back, by the way. It's early. Give it time. There will be. Right? And there will be people that have never been in WWE that will pop up in WWE in time. Right? I mean, we talk to a lot of wrestlers, and when we talk to them, the WWE is still the pinnacle. Is still, yeah, AEW would be nice, but everyone kind of grew up on that WWE dream, that WrestleMania moment. Oh, Swerve and AR Fox, jumping Nick Wayne, and Undescripted, and another one. Goldberg Mox. Oh my God. Artist. I think part of my brain just evaporated reading that. That'd be insane, on so many levels. Jericho versus Ospreay at All In. Listen, we've talked about this. No, fucking no. I don't even like Jericho versus Guevara. I need Guevara and Danny to get away from Jericho. Jericho is hindering the careers of these young athletes. Oh, I read it. What do you mean I missed it again? But now Nick Wayne bleeding, reaching for his phone. All right. A little bit of story, a little bit of angle. Don't have the Young Bucks versus FTR. Do FTR versus Pride and Power. While Young Bucks versus Hardy Boys 2. Rocco, not bad. Not bad. I don't know what we're going to get out of the Hardy Boys, though, because to me, even watching Jeff just do what he just did, he just doesn't look the same anymore. You know, like it happens. The guy has been running himself into objects and throwing himself off shit for 30 years. So if they could pull it off, I'm all for it. It would be a really nice thing for Hardy's to have a big match at that scale with the Young Bucks, who they inspired. AR Fox is phoning. Swerve and AR Fox are phoning Darby. So the last 20 minutes or so, a little bit of a breather here on the show. Well, I mean, we had the trios match. Depends on how you look at that. Preach. I don't feel any of the elite are as good as they were in Japan. Just my opinion. Facts. And there's multiple reasons for that, Steve G. Okay. So Nick Wayne is gushing blood. See, I wish it was just Swerve. Swerve and AR is fine. Like, I mean, I think Swerve is highly talented, and he's been caught up in like Rick Ross shit and this Mogul Embassy and Brian Cage. And I just think what we just saw, AR Swerve, works. He's good. The guy can be a champ. So I don't mind what they just did there. I don't mind it at all. And here come Aussie Open. I don't know why they're on Dynamite, but I like them, so I'm not going to complain. AEW shouldn't have a Roman storyline. AEW shouldn't have a Roman storyline. Jay Boy, you might have to expand on that thought, bud. This match isn't doing it for me. No, it didn't, unfortunately. And again, it's a lot of people that you don't really give a fuck about, and we know how it's going to end. So, again, there's no really rhyme or reason or story to why we got this match, and it just happens, right? So, again, I think it was just a win so they could have that moment at the end, but then how many people end up involved? 12, 13 people in the match. It becomes grossly overbooked. Then let it be the Elite versus CM Punk and FTR at Full Gear to settle this. Ronan, welcome back. I really wish that that's what we would get with this one. I'm dying for them to figure this out and make money off it. To me, a lot of my criticisms of the Elite would go away if they pull this off. If they could pull this off, might work for me. But as it stands right now, it doesn't seem like it's going to happen. It seems like the Elite would rather fight Jeff Jarrett and their friends, or the Dark Order, or Best Friends, instead of fighting the upper echelon. I think they have fears of not living up to their own hype. I think they have fears of being exposed. So they know if they wrestle fucking Evil Uno and Johnny Hungy, they're better than the Dark Order. They know that. So they'll go and they'll book that match 100 times. But once the fans started cheering FTR over Young Bucks, they wanted no part of it. And if anybody thinks I'm full of shit, go watch the tapes. And it's fact. They didn't like it. They didn't want anything to do with it. And you see this large collection of very talented wrestlers on Collision that are proving a point right now because of shit like that. Tell me I'm lying. Jeff Jarrett, Jobson Jarrett on TV. Yeah, not good for anybody. Folks, we are in a commercial break. We're coming up to the 90-minute mark on stream tonight. It's been a fun show. Good energy. I'm enjoying it. Keep the chat going. Keep it alive. I will remind everybody, we are back tomorrow. Myself and Luna Havoc. We got Impact. I might peek at MLW. I might. I'll let you know. But we might take a peek at MLW, but we'll definitely have Impact. Luna will be stopping by. Luna also just dropped her top 5 SummerSlams of all time. Go check that out. Then Friday, the Tag Stream Champions are back at it again. We got SmackDown, we got Rampage, and then, of course, Saturday, folks. Circle it in your calendar, set an alarm, click the little bell, do everything you have to do. We are live at 6:30 p.m. on Saturday. That's right, Saturday. We will be here at 6:30. We got SummerSlam. We got Collision. We got a night full of action. And just like last Saturday, the Saturday streams, we know when they're going to start. We have no idea when they're going to end. Plus, we got more interviews coming up. I just did a great interview with Ray Pittman, the Bulldog, an up-and-coming star in the independent scene over in the New York area, New York-ish area, but he's doing a lot of big things. So I will be releasing that interview probably over the weekend. Keep an eye out for that. And it doesn't stop here, folks. We cover more live wrestling than anyone else. Like, share, subscribe. Be a part of the family. Be a part of the fun. And we are the channel for fans by fans. The only channel that just welcomes everybody's opinion and doesn't shut it down. Fuck tribalism. This is wrestling. Oh, I like that. I should write that down. But we got the Kingo. And Commander. So we get a match between 4 guys that none of them are really all elite, are they? Right? Officially? Am I crazy? It's a very interesting booking on your 200 show. And I also find it interesting coming after the trios match we just got. We're going to get a very similar style match here as far as the flying. But the Kingo and Commander taking on Aussie Open. Get your predictions in. Let me know who you're taking. And we'll go from there. I'm going to watch some Wrestling Revolver and some MLW and some Impact Wrestling. They're all great shows, Damien. One of the things I appreciate about you, my friend, you watch all the wrestling like we do. I wish there was more minutes in the day. Some days, actually not. But, yeah, I mean, a shit ton of wrestling. If you are a wrestling fan, there is a lot of good wrestling out there. And if you wake up on days and you're like, I love wrestling, but I only like AEW or I only like WWE, you're missing a plethora of phenomenal wrestling content from both companies, including all the other ones out there. Pay attention. There's a lot of good wrestling. Oh, Commander walking on Vikingo. Big pop from the crowd. I will say the crowd's pretty live tonight. I wonder if he gets to keep his quarters. Keep the quarters. Fair enough. What, who, when, where, why? Aussie Open for the win. Roman's entrance. Missed that. Aussie Open is all elite. Are they officially all elite? Thank you, Boston. Fair enough. Fair enough. The Ring of Honor Tag Team Champions. Big kick. Oh, okay. Wow. Commander taking a beating. Yeah. See, Aussie Open shouldn't be defending the Ring of Honor titles on Dynamite right now. They should be in some type of angle with the AEW tag titles. Just saying. But this Saturday, speaking of tag championships, we're going to get FTR versus Big Bill and Big Brian. The Big Brothers are in the house. Oh, great. It's Commander. Hey, Commander's fun, Bash. If you ever want to be entertained accidentally, this is where you do it. And Aussie Open are just on a next level. Oh, my God. Every move Aussie Open does looks like a finisher. Kind of is. All their moves look like a finisher. And I love the graphic now has the X over the championship as the Real World Championship. That's what they're calling it now. The Real World Championship. That's amazing. Punk taking on Starks with Ricky the Dragon Steamboat oddly involved. But how do you guys feel about them calling the belt that Punk has the real world championship. And if that's the case, should that not be of interest for All In or All Out? I'm liking I'm liking the Latino stable they've got going. Listen, I'm a big fan of the lucha wrestling. I don't love seeing Commander on my TV all the time. Vikingo is some next level, but I don't much care. I mean, it's so confusing because you never really see them all together. You just see Alex with, I don't know if they're joined or Alex is Alex stepping out? Vikingo with a kick. Oh, Commander with a kick. Leg drop off the top. Oh, yeah, Aussie Open wins for sure. Why isn't Vikingo and Commander aren't the AAA tag champs? Because they're currently getting paid a shit ton of money, probably more than they would have to not be here. Wow! Commander and Vikingo get caught. Bumper cars. Austin Mox Goldberg. Over under on Commander rope walk. I got 3. I'll go over. No, the way this match is 3 solid. I might take the push. Aussie Open for the W. Okay. What did you think about Heyman and Roman on First Take? It was what you expected. I mean, my favorite part was Heyman. Heyman's cold. You gotta love Paul Heyman. Aussie Open are all elite. Thank you for reminding me. I wasn't officially sure if they had signed. Now that you remind me, I remember when Fletcher did. I guess every show we either get Gravity or Commander. Yeah, it's just weird. Funny how Britt not a part of the 200th show. Y'all troll her away. Artists, that's interesting. We haven't had any female content on this show. I'm trying to think. Have we gotten any, nothing? Nothing from the women's division. Not a promo, not a show. Have we got anything? Are we getting Sheeta? Sheeta tonight, right? Are we? Maybe? I don't know. Wrestling Revolver show is stacked with great matches tomorrow night. Yeah, Damien, the problem with Wrestling Revolver is they opted to start doing shows during the week, and that's a tough shout. So, yeah, it's stacked, and it's a good-looking card. I will watch it over the next couple days, but, yeah, GCW kind of did that a little bit, and they might have actually oversaturated their market by coming up with too many shows. Well, folks, we are in picture. New gear on Vikingo. Yeah, him and Commander have matching outfits, so maybe they are going to be consistently a tag team or one night only. I have no idea. Austin Open, I'll take it. That corkscrew was sick, says Trevor. Welcome back, Trevor. Good to see you. Aussie Open is Ring of Honor. Yes, and I still keep saying it, Victor, and you and I have talked about it before. They got to leave the Ring of Honor talent in Ring of Honor. You got to have Ring of Honor have an identity like it used to. You know, when Tony bought this, he acknowledged the history and the meaning of Ring of Honor. And to me, he's not upholding what he said he would. Both of them are terrible. I get it. Like, I mean, they do lots of cool flips, but in the realm of, like, to me, they're the undercard guys. They're cool. Like, you know, they're Kai and Tai. They're going to do some funny stuff, and they're going to be fun and enjoyable, and they'll run the ropes and great. But again, it's just filler for me at this point. Interesting how Commander is one half of the AAA tag champs. It's a true story. Aussie Open for the W makes sense. Commander is great at botching. Listen, we've watched a lot of Commander in 2023. You could put together a pretty extensive highlight package of Commander eating shit in some way, shape, or form. Whew. What is your early prediction for Josh Woods versus Shibata for the Pure Championship tomorrow night? Shibata, I don't know. Shibata's had it for a minute. I love Josh Woods. I'll go Shibata, though. Oh. Holy shit! Okay, that was cool. Okay, that was kind of cool. That was kind of cool. That was kind of cool. Now we're getting a double rope walk. For those who don't know. And there you go. Double moonsault. On to Aussie Open. Isn't Toni Storm? Is she defending tonight? We're running out of minutes. I couldn't remember. Is it Sheeta Storm tonight? I'm trying to keep all this in track. Goldberg versus Sting at All In. Book it. I'm telling you, I still have a feeling that Goldberg could be in the mix. I truly believe what I said earlier is wow, double 450. Here. Kyle Fletcher. That was the funniest shit. Commander was handing the leg like, here, take it, take it. Heel Punk versus face MJF. I don't know. Might work. Keyshawn, it'd be very interesting how we got there. Wait, I got to go back to Victor. Where was it? I still think that he wants to sell as many tickets as possible before announcing anything like Goldberg, because he does not want to give anybody the, oh yeah, well of course you did it. I think it's coming. We got a couple weeks, and I think last week on this channel, people asked like, "Oh, do you think it's weird they haven't announced anything?" I'm like, "No, they got lots of time. They just better start booking some shit and building towards some shit." There it is. 1, 2, 3. And it's over. I love that finisher, though. This is a great show. Interesting. Yes, okay, thank you. So we haven't had any sign of the women's division. We are getting this match. I assume it will be next. I can't believe Ricky the Dragon Steamboat's going to be on Collision. Aussie Pen for the win. All right. I'm guessing Storm and Sheeta are the main event. No, I feel like there's something else on the docket, Bash. But right now, we're getting a preview for Collision, or a replay. Yeah, there you go. That was a good spot. That was a great spot. The Canadian Destroyer off the back of your teammate who's up on the shoulders. That was pretty cool. Sheeta versus Toni Storm, Women's World Title match, main event. So it is the main event. I hope this is a good match. I'm a big fan of Sheeta. I'm a big fan of Toni Storm. Big fan of Toni Storm. And I really hope it delivers. But my statement's still true. No signs of the women's division outside of that. Very interesting. Wait for the Dynamite before All In. Cole may wait for then to thank MJF. Here's a super kick. That'd be very interesting. Very, very interesting if they go that way that late. All right, so FTR back at it again. FTR, to their credit, starting to string together a bunch of good matches. All right, up next. I feel like are we really going to end Dynamite with this? That's very interesting to me. Fun fact of the evening. Back in 2002, both Hulk Hogan and HBK returned as members of the NWO to both go on to pin Triple H to win WWE or World Heavyweight Championship. It's a good fact, Rocco. But folks, we are in another commercial, probably one of our last ones of the night. Make sure you've clicked like, make sure you've clicked subscribe, make sure you're here for all of our content. Make sure you do not miss a moment of all the fun. I'm just going to double check real quick. Oh, I guess I could have done that. Oh, there you go. 13 away from 100 likes. So go find some friends. Let's go. I don't care if I see Sheeta versus Toni Storm for the AEW World Championship is the main event. Yeah, very interesting to me. Technically, I think if I was booking this show, I would have made the Elite versus somebody better the main event of this show. You re-sign them. It's your 200th episode. They're your foundation. They're your backbone, according to you. They are your EVPs on the 200th episode. That would have been my main event. That would have been what I utilized. And again, maybe you go off the air at the very end of the show. Adam Page does his whole thing of, we're signed here. This is 200 episodes. We love everybody. The best is yet to come. And you go off the air. Probably how I would have done it. Right? So just my take. Tony Storm's heel work is fantastic. Tony, I agree. I think I would like to see Tony get away from the Outcast, stay as far away from Soraya and Ruby, and just do her own thing. She is great. She's a good heel. She's a good wrestler, and I think they need to use her more. Tony, is MLW still trying to get the lawsuit against WWE? Yes, that lawsuit is still going. Recently, Jeremy McDivitt, the longtime attorney of WWE, took himself out of this trial as it's probably going to bleed into 2020. Well, it's definitely going to bleed into 24. It might bleed into 2025. I'm sure everyone out there knows how, rapid the American legal system is. So, yeah, it's going to take a minute, but that is still ongoing. It was originally dropped. MLW adjusted their claim, and now they are going back at it. So a trial has been announced, and a bunch of dates have been given, and that's where McDivitt said, I'm retiring. I'm not sticking around for all of this. What did I miss? 450, Penta. Double Winged Angel. Here comes Sheeta. Kyle Fletcher reminds me of Osprey so much. I think this kid has a really bright future. Boston, I'm with you 100%, man. I think that Kyle Fletcher is outstanding. He's got a good look. I think Aussie Open's great. I really do. I think they've come in and they've been in like tag team battle royals. They've been on Ring of Honor. I think, again, in AEW's, you go back 200 episodes, and we were getting 3 solid tag matches right out of the gate. They were going to prove to us about tag wrestling. And tonight, 200 episodes later, not exactly the same feel, but that's where an Aussie Open would do great, helping that tag team division and bringing it back. But here come the Outcasts. Boo. Hour 2 is a miss. I'm not impressed with the flippy floppy stuff. Bash, I'm not far behind you. I think overall, again, it's that something's always happening. There's always chaos going on. There's always energy. The fans are into it. But again, is it anything I'm going to remember tomorrow, next week, next month? No. I didn't much care for the trios match. It was overbooked and all over the place. The tag match was all right, good, some cool spots, but it was what it was. And holy shit, CM Punk spray painted the X on the E as a dig at WWE. JV, I think you were here when I talked about this, and I really don't mean this in any kind of disrespect. It is absolutely dumb to say that. The E in AEW is in the middle of the fucking belt. He drew an X. The X goes through the fucking middle. It's just the way it is. It's not a dig at WWE. It's not a dig at some people said it was a dig at the Elite. He fucking put an X on the belt. The AEW, by nature, the E is in the fucking middle. So to think that, well, I'm going to specifically, if he put a tiny X just over the E, maybe I'd buy it. But yeah, some people surmise that it was, a shot at the Elite. Some people took a shot, said it was a shot at WWE. I don't believe either. I think the man was just putting an X on the fucking belt. And if anything, it's a shot at AEW and the people on Dynamite that won't be in the same building as him, if I was to guess. The whole faction is great. Tony Storm, heel work is fantastic. Got that one. As Tony rolls out, looking phenomenal tonight. A return at the end, maybe. Could Thunder Rosa show up? Ruby with a big old cake smack. Go team. KJ, that way Wembley would be more real between MJF and Cole. Yeah, I mean, is it a better build, a more exciting build if there is animosity and story of some type of dissension? If they go all the way to all in as buddies, as friends, as, peachy key, I'm just doing this because I love you. I don't know. Might not have the build you want for that main event match. Title switch coming. Are we talking Sheeta? And I will take your predictions. I know Big Nick thought maybe Sheeta could win this one tonight. Sheeta for the W. If anything, it was a dig at the NWO. I don't think it was a dig at anybody. I think he wanted to put Nex on the fucking belt. And again, I think it's the anti-establishment. This was AEW's belt. Now I put Nex on it. This is my belt. This is the real world championship. This is, the Straight Axe championship. This represents me. I represent it. This is the real belt until someone else comes and takes it from me. Just burn it down. Let's go. Agree, Victor Nash. There you go. I got Sheeta for the win. When did Rampage start going live? Every once in a while, they do a live one. So I was thinking earlier when they announced the Moxley Claudio versus Best Friends match of like, wait, they're going to do this match on Dynamite and then come back after Dynamite and tape a Rampage match? That's ballsy. But apparently not. AEW shit. Tony Storm retains shenanigans. I'm going to put my money on Tony. I just noticed the set is the old one. Is it? Are you sure? Sheeta in the house. Yep. Sheeta screw job number 305. Ding. Sheeta about to get screwed yet again. So everybody kind of feeling the same thing. I like that. FTR Bullet Club Gold was phenomenal. And again, I agree, Aaron. And what I love about Collision is that if they keep doing that, I keep saying it, they're making Saturdays become a destination. 700,000 people was the average this week. And I know people don't want to take the ratings serious, and they are what they are. But it's a good kind of litmus test of where everybody is in that measurement analytic. I feel like every analytic has some value. To ignore it completely is stupid to me. For this, I mean, they're growing. Good on them. I mean, this week, if we get a really good match with Punk and Starks, we get another really good FTR match, people are going to keep tuning in. My question becomes, what will happen with the internal politics if Collision keeps getting better? What did Bash 8 say? I think the X over the E is elite. There you go. There we go. I like it. Everybody debating it. Rascals versus Mike Bailey, Jonathan Gresham in a tournament match to determine who gets a shot at the emergence for the to fight subculture. Yeah, it's going to be the Rascals. It should be the Rascals. I hope it's not Bailey and Gresham. I don't like Bailey and Gresham together. I don't like Bailey and Gresham wrestling. I've seen them wrestle like 9 times in the last 5 months. And they're both kind of bland together. They're both very boring together. So go Rascals. As Tony Storm working Sheeta on the outside, folks. And if you haven't made a prediction, I'll take a late one. For the win. John, did you say cakes? Fucking Jesus. I know my birthday's already gone past, but it makes me want to have another one. Anna J versus Sky Blue. They really got to utilize Anna J better. They got lots to do with that lady. She's a beautiful young athlete. She's got lots of talent. She seems willing to go and bang. Pause. But I think, again, if you put her beside Jungle Boy, if you put her in more matches, help build your division, develop some of this talent. But we are in pitcher with about 5 minutes left on the clock tonight, folks. And once again, I will thank everybody for being here. It's been a fast 2 hours, so I will give them credit. I love Tony, though. Sheeta, solid. I'm a big fan of Sheeta, and I feel like they could have done more with her at times, and I know she's been in and out, but I think she's extremely talented. I really do. But I do. Anyone want to talk about the fact that everybody made mention that there's signs in the crowd, book the women's division better. So Tony being Tony, 1 week later, books the women in the main event. And doing that is not always the best thing. Oh, they're criticizing me. I'll show them. It derails any plans you have, if you have any. It really hinders your ability to plan ahead if you keep knee jerk reacting. It's funny because in one company, we feel like the WWE doesn't react enough to the fans. You got guys like LA Knight that were begging for some love. And then on AEW, we saw it with the Acclaimed. We've seen it with other situations where Tony will knee jerk and give the fans whatever they want. Oh, fuck, just keep cheering. So I think it's kind of funny. Book the women's division better. So he puts them in a main event to say, see, I did it. That's not necessarily booking them better. That's just putting them in a better spot. If you get my drift on that one, just putting them there actually could hinder them more than help them, especially if they don't deliver. Question: if Ricky Starks beats Punk, does that make him the double X champion? You have to put another X over top of it? Maybe. I think I want Ricky Starks to beat Punk. It'd be really interesting if Ricky Starks beat Punk. TK put the girls on last because, yeah, there you go, Bash. Exactly what I said. Which to me, that shows inexperience as a booker, and it shows a lack of confidence. And I think at times we see that a lot with Tony. He lacks confidence. He is insecure. That's why him being told that, well, your company's secondary at this place in history, it bothers him. And it should bother him because he wants to get to a higher level, but he's insecure about it. He has an inferiority complex. He struggles at times to just stand by what you believe. And I think that was one of the biggest problems and factors in the CM Punk situation. He was not confident enough and brave enough and strong enough as a manager, as an owner, to look at the parties involved and say, everybody stop it. He tried to just act like it wasn't happening and sweep it under the carpet until the carpet got lumpy and fucking turned everything sideways. Oh, we're back. Sheeta, big knee in the corner. Tony for the win. Question: if Ricky Starks beats Punk, got that one. What if Ricky wins the real world title and pushes for a unification match against MJF? Keyshawn, it's possible, but let's be real. The money match is MJF. That was not the prettiest of drop kicks. MJF and Punk is the money match, right? So yeah, Ricky doing it and pushing for unification, great. But the money match ends up being Punk, MJF, title versus title. You can see the graphic now. And if we don't get there, I'll be really surprised. But, picture the poster for All Out or, I don't know, one of them. That, Punk stand there with a belt, MJF stand there with the other belt. It sells itself. It really does. I'll be watching college football. Very interesting. How far out do you think TK has any of these storylines booked? Not far. By what I guess, James, or what I can tell, and I don't know. I think he might have, I would really like to do the following, but I feel like his ADD nature and it, like I said, his insecurity seems to make him shift a lot. The Rascals versus Mike Bailey. Jonathan Grissom will face the winner of Rick Swan versus Sami Callihan versus ABC in the finals of the tournament match in the next couple of weeks on Impact. Yes. But I feel like the Rascals should have just been kind of the guys. Dun, dun, dun. Wow, this show has been mid, especially this main event. Now, here's the thing, Joe. People hold up signs that say, book the women's division better. But I will tell you this. If they book the women's division more and try and give them better, then as fans, we have to support it. Too often, and I'm guilty of it too. Oh, fuck, the ladies are coming because they get booked so poorly. They need more angles, they need more quality matches, and they have to be able to stand out. Now, do I feel like this should be the main event of Dynamite 200? No. And it's no offense to Tony. It's no offense to Shida. It's just not what you should have done on this particular night. Truthfully, like I said, as much as I might not like it, I think the Elite should have been the main event tonight, no matter what the booking was. You end the show with a big deal. And right now, Tony and Shida are not a big deal. They could be, but they're not. Yeah. Wow, big knee strike by Shida. One match and Mercedes Martinez gets a title shot. Oh, yeah. It's a big deal, Keyshawn. Oh, here we go. Kendo stick in the ring. The ref just looking confused. This is dumb. Yeah, see. Kendo stick to Ruby, to Saraya. And again, why is the ref not attempting to remove the weapon from the athlete? Sprayed in the eyes, and the match is over. Boo fucking ooh. She kicked out. She kicked out. All right, I'll give. She kicked out. I literally gave up. She kicked out. Emma, thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you for being here. Sheeta wins! Sheeta wins! Ah! Some days when you're live, you got to eat shit, and this is one of those moments for me. I literally gave up on the match. I looked away. So you end AEW 200 with Shida, and even though the in crowd is kind of like, okay, great moment for Shida. You just hadn't built this match up to that. So Hikaru Shida, and big shout out to our favorite soundbite, Mr. Big Nick. He called this. He called this. It was a chance to reset. Trevor called it too. Two-time women's champion. Not a bad show. I'm not going to go as high as 8, but I will start to take your ratings out of 10, folks. Holy Shida, new women's champion. Listen, I told you, sometimes doing this live, we just knee-jerk react. When she got sprayed in the face, I was like, oh, fuck. I'll go look at my phone, see how the numbers are doing. Shida pulled it off. But again, I think if I was to book tonight, I would have booked the Elite in the main event. I would have had the crowd jumping out of their seats. This isn't it's a nice moment. It's not a holy fuck moment. You know what I mean? And that is not Shida's fault. That is not Tony's fault. They haven't been booked or prepared for that. But that all being said, good match, good result, surprising result. What's good? Maybe Outcast can break up and go away now, as Steve G said. So I appreciate you, Steve. We don't always agree, but we do agree on quite a few things. Good for her. Absolutely. Here we go. Congrats, Shida. 6.6. Shida finally gets set to run with a live crowd. Let's see how that goes. It's good, though. You got this babyface champion, and you really can push her now. I like Shida a lot. I'm happy about this. So Gamers started us off with 8. Then we go 7. JV. KJ, how many people that have that Outcast screw over and not one person came out to help Shida? Again, it's one of those neat things in AEW where it sometimes seems to be very lopsided one way or the other for no reason. And even little details for me. And I know I might sound like old guy. I might sound like a cornet where it's like, why is the ref just standing there? He's not waving his hands. He's not like, hey, hey, no. He's just like, I wonder what you're going to do. That's not the job. That's not the role. She shouldn't have the kendo stick. But I will say, thank God the obvious didn't happen. 6.6 out of 10. Congrats, Sheeta. I agree. 7 out of 10 from the prediction champion who will be defending that title on Saturday. 8 out of 10 for me. Good call. 6 out of 10. 6.75 out of 10 from Larry. Richard says this win feels deserved but rushed. There was no real rivalry. Exactly. And I think that kind of sums it up in a nutshell, Richard. We like what we get sometimes. There's just not a lot of feel to it. Like that wasn't one of those moments where, and you guys have seen Nick and I on these shows where, you know, a big moment happens, a big title win, a big match. And at the end of it, we're exacerbated. We're, you know, sweating and, oh my God, dude, can you believe that? Because we were bought into the characters, to the story, to the angle, to how we got there. And we really wanted it to go one way or the other. This to me is just a series of matches. Yeah, the match was good, but I didn't really give a fuck and I won't really remember. That's how I kind of take it. That's where I think if we're looking at things in a positive light, it is an opportunity for Tony and AEW. If they don't want to be secondary, they got to find a way to do better than just spot book and adhere to every sign in the crowd. 10 out of 10 AEW. Kevin, aggressive, but I'll take it. 6.5 sheep out of 10. Joe. I will say this was good offering this week from AEW. 8 out of 10. New champion crown. Cheetah is the champ for the second time. You go, girl. Bobby Happy, 7.5 out of 10. 6.75. Steve G, KJ, good stream. Sorry you were solo act tonight. Don't be. I like these solo Wednesdays. Sometimes it's just nice to just cut loose. Becomes a little therapeutic and cathartic, even though I always miss my tag team partner or partners. I will have one back tomorrow and one back on Friday. But these Wednesday solos get kind of fun sometimes where I take all the frustration and angst of trying to live out on the stream. No Tony and Hater at Wembley. We'll see what happens. We'll see. I mean, I don't know how close Hater is coming back. A lot of rumors that Hater won't be back till 2024. So keep that in mind, real Wyatt. 8 out of 10. 8 out of 10. Impact should be fun tomorrow. Joe, I'm with you. And Miss Luna Havoc will be back joining me tomorrow for that. So be here. Is RVD still stoned? It's RVD. Yes. Yes is the answer. 7.5 out of 10. Best of the week so far. I would rank the Dynamite, NXT, than Raw. I completely agree with you, James, to an extent. Holy Sheeta, indeed. Nice. 8 joints out of a dime bag. I like it. I'll take it. Can you really get 8 joints out of a dime bag? That's small joints. RVD is always stoned. There you go. Boston agreeing with me. Even weed gets high when RVD. I like that one. I like that one. 7.2. Just watch. Sheeta will be in the background. Now that is where you're going to challenge Tony Khan. Sheeta is now your champion. Push her. Put her on the forefront. Put her on the forefront. Put her in good positions. And that's where I feel like him putting the women in the main event tonight, it already starts them off on their heels because people are like, oh, look what he did. Right? If they had opened the second hour, it would have been excellent. Great. Then you end the night with your big rah-rah moment of, we are all elite forever. Good night and adieu. That's perfect. I give Dynamite 7.5 out of 10. So far, better than Raw. It's definitely better than Raw. Raw was a fucking boring fucking mess. Excuse my language all over that. They only done it because of the 200 episode, and she never had a crowd. Yeah, but bonkers, you got to do it for the right reasons, and I'm okay with it. But I think the crowd, to me, I always try and gauge the audience at hand. And if the crowd in the building weren't that, ecstatic about it, then maybe you could have done something better. I felt like during that, as much of a clusterfuck as the trios match was with the Elite, at the end, when Paige comes out, hits the buckshot, they get the win. The crowd was losing it. The crowd was going nuts. That's the moment you want to go home. Instead of following up big moments like that and all the other shit that happened on this episode, and then give us that match at the end, you kind of put the ladies behind the 8 ball, especially when there's no real build or animosity. People aren't sitting at home going, I can't wait for this match. I can't wait till Sheeta finally gets her hands on this. It's a great moment for Sheeta. I don't want to take it away from her. I just think there's better ways. There could have been better ways to highlight her in this particular situation. Kip Sabian just re-signed with AEW. Okay, great. High five, Kip. See you Friday night, Bobby. See you then. Happy for Sheeta, though she deserved. She had the COVID run, and I completely agree, artist. I mean, I'm a big fan of her. I'm not trying to take anything away from that. You still Bill and Ted all in one. I can't be Bill and Ted all in one. I can't do it. Can't be a tag team champion without my other half. 7 AW show, but Wild Stallions all day. 7 AW show, KJ. First hour, kill it. Second hour of the 200 episode was okay. John, I'm inclined to agree with you. The second hour was a little mushy, little mashed potato for me. RVD versus Riddle in a 420 smoke-off competition. But you got to go with the OG on that. I'm just convinced that, we do it, but let's do it. But you got to go with the OG. I think he's ready to go. 6 out of 10 from fans. Jesus. All right, we're getting there. These matches need to build and mean something. I completely agree, Keyshawn. That's the one thing, if you look back through 200 episodes of Dynamite, is at times it's lacked compelling story. And I think the really good storytellers are now on Collision for the most part. Not all of them, but I do think we're getting better angles, better stories, better intensity from Collision. 4 ice cream bars out of 10. I'll take it. Are they going to do something with Kip? Does he have a backstage role that makes him an asset? I have no idea, bro. Again, it's just one of these guys. I'm like, he's good. I think Kip's got something. He's shown signs of getting what he's trying to accomplish, but he doesn't get booked very well. I mean, it's good for him. I mean, I'd take a check to do nothing. Tony. You want to cut me a check? I'll stay in catering. I got no problem. Big fan of food. I guess Sheeta versus Baker. Maybe Britt can't be a face right now with the online criticism she has been getting. Well, Richard, it's a good chance for her to be a heel, and it's a good chance for her to prove people wrong. Listen, we all take criticism. You put yourself out in public, and that's why I get mad when I hear wrestlers like, I can't believe they're being so mean. Again, if you're being belligerent and ridiculous, then that's you. But if people are being critical of your performance or your work, then you have an opportunity as a professional to prove them wrong, period. And that's what she needs to do. So if you can get an angle with Baker, and maybe Baker goes back to being a heel where it mattered, and you need Baker in the ring doing her job. I get it that she's a dentist, but she needs to show up. Booking people once every 4, 6, 8 weeks, it shows. You see sloppiness. You see people that look out of shape, a little bit slower, the timing's off. And again, I'm not a professional wrestler because it's super fucking hard to be one. And I have a feeling that if you're not consistently doing it, working at it, like any other skill, like any other sport, then you're going to slack. You're going to not be as crisp, clean, and as strong as you could be. 8 out of 10. KJ also goes solo on a Wednesday night. Not when I get off screen. I'm just kidding. Thank you. Yeah, what's the lyric is watch Kenny Omega. Yeah, I'm not gonna go there. The second match announced for MLW Fury Road. Mance Warner versus Matt Cardona already announced. Alex Kane and Willie Mack, 2 solid matches, Damien. Absolutely. The man always looking forward. I agree with that one. Tony is a great character and a great AEW signing. Her title reigns have not been good. They were not good. I agree with you. I think she needs to get away from the fucking outcasts. I don't think she needs them. And I think if you just let her go in the ring, The match itself was pretty good. Some flaws in there as far as like the punches look like shit sometimes. The drop kick didn't really land the way you want it to, but that's all practice. That's all consistency. That's where, we talk about the main event matches and the house shows that the WWE stars, they'll have 4, 5, 6 matches with somebody before we see it on TV. And it shows. TK made Cheetah win just for TK to say, CC, I booked the women's right. And again, that to me is like when Jericho says, look, I put Andrade over, or Andrade. It's a fallacy. I mean, you put them in the main event spot, that doesn't equate, I put them over, I put them in the right place, I booked them better. Like I just said, just giving them the main event spot because you took heat doesn't really, again, then it opens them up to more heat because that's the only reason they're there is for that. That's my take, but I'm getting wordy here. 6.7. So RVD is just a one-off thing like Sabu? I don't think so, Justin. We will see. He's going to fight next week for the FTW championship. And if I was booking, he would win, and he'd have to defend that FTW championship at All In. That's what I would do. MJF screws Cole something in the contract. That is actually really cool, Aaron. And I thought that tonight earlier when he just got this contract out and he was like, sign it, buddy. It felt too clean, too good to be true. So we're all waiting. And I mean, I will give them credit. And this is what we're talking about. When you do right compelling angles, we don't know what way it's going to go. Is Cole going to do it? Is it going to be Roddy? Is it going to somehow involve the Kingdom now? Is it going to be MJF? Is MJF going to be the devil we always knew he was? I don't know. We will find out. If it's an ACL next June at the earliest, but does RVD bring Katie? Bring her. I like her. I'm pretty sure she's Canadian. 7 out of 10. Dynamite. Good wrestling. That's a bold statement. But no heat to a lot of the matches. Why should I care about the matches with very little substance? I get that. I really do. And I think the 200th episode tonight highlights that for me is good matches. It's not a boring show. It's not like I'm like Monday. We were sitting here like this is dragging on. Where tonight didn't drag. We got through 2 hours. I'm still talking 20 minutes after the finish. The good energy to the show, but there's just not a lot I give a fuck about. I'm calling it Saraya winning the title at Wembley. That would suck. And then Saraya, again, another example. If Saraya wants people to stop criticizing, oh, they don't like AEW Saraya, but they love Paige. Because Paige was a badass that wrestled. Saraya is a mess. Get in there. Remind us who you are. And if you can't do it anymore, be a manager. RVD is the original bro. So, of course, he's high. Absolutely. Poor booking for Sheeta. No build up, no think. I agree, bonkers. That could have been such a bigger moment. Like, you see the confetti and shit, and a lot of people are like, there's probably people who were watching Dynamite tonight who are like, why are they making a big deal about this Sheeta lady? You know what I mean? Like, there are fans out there that don't quite get it. So, yeah, I think the women's match should have been the first, at the top of the 9 o'clock hour. And I think your best bet, if you wanted to do confetti and streamers, was with the Elite. And again, you guys have heard me be very critical of the EVPs, but it's my company. Those are my guys. I book them in the main event spot, and I prove a point. Tony, not confident. He's not confident, guys. What's good? Jay, good to see you. Good to see you. Thank you for stopping in. Someone please film the conversation between RV. Yeah, that'd be hilarious. Bro. If you roll joints off the top papers and only throw a couple grains in, you could probably pull it off. Yeah, I think that's how far behind I am. I'm getting responses to my comment. Yeah, I think generally it's never. How do I say this? Definitely more goes into it than trying to split it up that way. Who gives a shit about Kip? I'm with you, Jay. I'm not quite sure why that matters. And again, he's just a long list of athletes that we don't know why we should give a shit about them or what they're going to do. Like, there's not like, oh my God, I can't wait till they come back. 7 out of 10. Why resign Kip? I mean, again, when you have a company full of too many wrestlers, that might be your best bet is to maybe stop re-signing everybody. They're recording Rampage now. Are they? Someone said it was live. That's crazy. So Moxley and Moxley going back in the ring. That's crazy. Listen, Riddle is paying for his sins right now. And I read a couple things about, again, when you can't rely on a guy, when his personal life is interfering with your booking, you just keep burying him, right? You lose, and then he lost, and then he lost. I mean, if he gets his shit together, he'll start winning again. KJ, Kane won the tag team ladder match on his own. That is very true. But Kane is the big red machine, and I'm just KJ White, and I can't do it without Big Nick. Oh, isn't that nice? But it's true. RVD 420. Fred Bucks, good to see you. Good to see you. Very true. I mean, I still can't get over the WWE releasing those t-shirts. Could not believe it. Best Dynamite in ages. That's true. Kip will be a collision jobber. Kip is probably, again, it is what it is. I mean, they're getting paid more money than they'd get paid anywhere else. And this is where a lot of times where people are like, oh my God, who's going to go to WWE? The question becomes, who the fuck does the WWE want? It's not necessarily a slam dunk that if you no longer work at AEW that you're going to WWE. They don't want all of them. I'll smoke with RVD 100% if I ever got that opportunity. X-Pac should outsmoke anybody in wrestling. All right. I'm going to start heading towards the door. This chat is amazing tonight. I can't wait for MJF to embarrass Punk. I just want them to have a fucking amazing match. But the most compelling thing about that will be the build to it. Bash. I mean, he's kind of, the original Hall of Famer in that category. I mean, maybe Bob's got him beat, but we need the other woman built up 100%. Pardon me, 100%, Keyshawn. You got to make us want to tune into and see it. And I mean, again, the fans have to support it. But whether we love it or hate it, if you look at WWE, a lot of the women are busy. There's a good amount of women on the show that are doing something. Even Maxine Dupree and Valhalla are doing something. And you might think it's fucking awful, but there's an angle to it. There's a story behind it. And some people like it. It's the way it is. Use them. At least we know who they are when they get a push. It's official. Jack Perry versus RVD for the FTW. Yes, it is. That's fucking crazy. That's blowing my mind. 8 out of 10, says Trevor. Listen, I'm going to give it a 7. You know what? The super chat is right. I'm trying to be nice and click on all these, but it's long. W-Stream. Leave Kip alone. He's getting paid. Listen, I can't hate him at all. The man found a way to make money. He's making more money than I am. Kudos to Kip. If he found a money mark to pay him, great. Bullet Club could take AEW championship. Yep, I agree. And I'm going to take Victor's advice. And if you made a comment that you felt like I should have answered, come back tomorrow. But yeah, salute. Good to see you. Good to see you. All right. I got to stop. You guys got me all hyper here. But in the famous words of Victor, he's KJ White. Now it's time to say goodnight. As my dad used to say, KJ White. I once picked the fight, and there was a whole song that went with it. But all that being said, folks, that was Dynamite. We are back tomorrow for Impact. Then we're here Friday for the doubleheader, SmackDown Rampage. And we're all heading towards SummerSlam and Collision on Saturday. Crazy weekend ahead. Long weekend in my neck of the woods. I thank everyone for being here, even for a moment. Keep coming back. Like, share, subscribe. Check out all the links below. Go check out Luna's top 5 SummerSlams of all time. And check out all of our content. Go through the archive. Thank you so much, folks. We will be back tomorrow. And until then, see you on the flip side. Good night.